Texas Congressman Chip Roy. Sir, how did this happen?
Well, first of all, I think you alluded to it. A giant mistake was made back in February. And I got to lay at the feet of both the administration and the Senate in particular in saying that we needed to separate out DHS in the first place from appropriations, leaving it out there as a punching bag. I opposed that move. Unfortunately, that was the direction that was taken. So now we've been all talking about we do not want to have DHS funded without ICE and Border Patrol, to your point. So yesterday, where we got to was we fought it out, and like credit to the Speaker. The Speaker rejected the Senate's plan and forced the Senate to move a reconciliation package, and we moved it through the House, which sets the stage now because the budget has been passed. We will be able to fund ICE and Border Patrol for the full remaining 3 years of the president's term. So they will be funded, and we'll be able to get that done because we've now set it up. So Mike, the Speaker, yesterday moved to go ahead and move this and fund the rest of DHS at the president's request. And now, to be clear, some of us objected on the floor of the House, and we made clear that we objected to it going by unanimous consent. It went by voice vote. We didn't have enough votes to stop it, so we let it go by voice vote. But the bottom line is we're going to fund DHS, fund ICE and Border Patrol through the reconciliation process. I still oppose all of this as the right way to do it, but we had to get the money to ICE and Border Patrol. They're going to get it, and they're going to get it for the full duration of the president's term.
At least there's that. Well, and also for another 45 days at least, FISA is going to be funded and authorized. And which brings me to this kill switch. You have been talking about this, and thank God you have been talking about this because I have been so mad. They're talking about mandating for 2027 in the FISA bill cameras in your cars so AI can decide whether or not to shut off your vehicle if it deems you not available to drive?
We had 5 years ago in one of the bills, the transportation bills passed by the Democrats, they put in this requirement that by 27 they would have this rulemaking done to say there'll be cameras in your car to detect your eyes, to determine if you're drinking and driving, if you're impaired. But the problem is they're not always great, perfect. You get in there, you're tired, maybe you're scared, maybe you're, someone running from an attack, and you get in and you're, nervous, and the car won't start, and then the attackers can get to you. You can't get your car started. It's crazy. It could be too cold, something weird going on. It's nuts. And by the way, it puts the government and the corporate cronies in your car to track all of your activities and to surveil
Fourth
you.
Amendment.
I oppose it. And of course, the Fourth Amendment, and I oppose it. And I oppose the, central bank digital currency, which would track all of your purchases. And then, of course, obviously, FISA, warrantless surveillance. And so FISA did get extended for 45 days. But let me just explain that that's not a terrible result because the deep state guys, they want it clean for another 3 to 5 years. They want it 10 years. They just want to keep extending it. We don't agree. We're fighting for reforms. We got some reforms. We got the central bank digital currency sent to the Senate. They rejected it. So we got a 45-day extension. So now we're going to keep going and fight it out. We are going to keep fighting for the civil liberties of Americans.
Otherwise it's, what's the point of having a constitution? We actually hit the streets, though, to see what American people felt about this, at least in New York. Take a listen to this.
Should Congress have the right to force car manufacturers to surveil drivers for their safety?
No.
No, they shouldn't have the right to do that.
There's no way I'm for that. Absolutely not.
I think they should have the right because it is for everyone's safety. It's going to make sure that you are not drunk driving.
If I found out that there was surveillance in my car, I would feel kind of violated.
How much privacy would you be willing to give up for safety?
Well, none.
I wouldn't say that much.
I am willing to give up all my privacy for safety because at the end of the day, safety is what matters most to me.
If I'm not tired, but you think I'm tired, you're going to stop me from driving? That's not right.
Benjamin Franklin, to remove all liberty will not remove all, or to remove all safety will not remove all liberty, I think.
Well, God bless all of those except for that one guy who's apparently like, whatever, take away all my liberty, for some sort of government-mandated safety. Look, that was crazy. Everybody else, though, God bless them. And I think that's where the most Americans are. We're going to, keep pushing that. I think my friend Scott Perry from Pennsylvania has the bill. My friend Thomas Massey, myself, we've all offered amendments at different times. We're going to keep fighting for that. We're going to keep fighting the central bank digital currency and FISA. But this idea of having this kill switch, we had a vote on it. And 57 Republicans voted against our amendment to kill the kill switch. Now, I'm not sure they fully understood it, but you cannot put the government mandates in cars. By the way, it makes them infinitely more expensive. You want to know why it costs you 80 grand to go get a low, an F-150 or whatever it is these days? It's because we keep loading it up with all these government requirements. So let's make cars affordable again. Let's make cars the place of freedom again. I love to drive, so I'm free. I get in the car and I go. It's great in the state of Texas. So I don't want the government in my car.
He loves the Constitution. He fights for what's right. He hates the bad guys. He's a freedom warrior. He's your freedom warrior. Watch Carl Higbie every weekday on Newsmax.